All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes. I am the trusty sidekick for this program. Alongside me is host and creator, the toxic gunslinger himself, the man who cannot be killed, Out La Belle.
Hello, welcome to Western Cinema Presents. We played this one once before. This is the I don't know. I just love to play this one, and I wanted to revisit it again. So
Mhm.
here we are. We're Unforgiven, 1992. Clint Eastwood, Oscar-winning Western.
Mhm.
You can't forget. You can't forget. Uh, Why my brain always stop working when I mean to say something? Uh, uh, yeah.
I got you. We also have Gene Hackman in his Oscar-winning role, and we also have Morgan Freeman,
Morgan Freeman. Yes.
right, as well as Richard Harris, Francis Fisher, and a few other familiar faces that we're going to be pointing out as the movie goes along. Uh, I do want to remind everyone that due to copyright guidelines laid down by YouTube, we cannot air the movie to you live as much as we would like to. Therefore, you can, if you are watching us live right now, you can follow along with us on Cosme using the links that are at the top of both chats. You can also use your own physical copy should you have one. There are several editions. There's a 4K edition. Of course, you have regular Blu-ray and DVD. You also have there's also a box set, which I happen to own, which is a Blu-ray set that includes this film. So there are plenty of places to see it as far as physical media is concerned. I'm sure it's streaming somewhere. I'm pretty sure Amazon has it, so you can follow along that way as well. Um, so anybody who comes into the comment section and starts going like, "Oh, where's the movie?" or "Oh, I'm going to take your channel down," yeah, screw you. Uh, we're following the rules that YouTube laid down. So good luck with that. But yeah, this is a classic film. For those of you who may be new and are watching us for the first time, um, Bill originated this show. I joined him a few years ago as
Yeah.
like a guest host, and then he asked me eventually to come on and be like his sidekick for the show. And this is now my 100th episode of this show. So there's a bit of a celebration at the same time. I want to say hello
Woohoo!
to a few people who have joined us in the chat. The tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby, who's also a channel member. Lady Via Stains, as well as the bird woman of YouTube, Connie Cleary.
And
All
deleted
right.
scenes. Our friend from across the pond.
Yes, words and pictures. All right. Again, I want to remind everybody, Cosme link is at the top of the chat. Film is rated R, 2 hours and 12-minute runtime, if I remember correct. No, 210. Well, 211-ish. 210 and 40 seconds. according to my copy. So, all right, buckle up. This is every bit the classic it deserves to be.
All right. And away we go.
Opening crawl, filling in the backstory here. The opening shot where he's burying his wife. And 2 years later, Big Whiskey, Wyoming, 1880. Mm-hmm. And the thing that nobody ever brings up is that if Skinny had just shot him right then, would have been all over.
Yeah. Well, I'm not too sure if he was a cowboy or not, though.
Hmm.
Cowboys looked after cows, raised cows. Oh my God! It's Kronos. What's up, Kronos? Yes, this film. Hello, Curtis Shelby. Good to see you.
Of course, the introduction of Gene Hackman's character, Little Bill Daggett, as the sheriff. And you see the women who work there, and like one of them's like this 12-year-old kid, and that's like, ugh.
The redhead gal. Is she the one from CSI
No,
Vegas?
no.
She does. She does look like her, kind of.
Kind of does, yeah.
He's using them colorful metaphors.
Yeah.
He gonna settle this out of court. You ain't even gonna whip him.
And once we find out through the movie what Bill's reputation is, you're kind of surprised he doesn't.
Yeah, he really lets these cowpokers
He
off
kind of lets these guys off
very
like
mild.
yeah, very easily, which is kind of mistake number two that the characters make. Nobody is perfect in this movie. They're and Delilah's played by Anna Thompson, who you might remember from The Crow, the one Crow movie that exists, and
Not that
also
god awful remake from 2024.
and of course the first Bad Boys film. She's in that. We cut back to
William Muddy and his little
money.
ones
Yeah.
and his hog farm.
And here's the introduction of the Schofield Kid, as he calls himself.
I don't know if I've ever seen him, the Schofield kid guy, in anything else other than this.
Not that I recall. No, that's mostly because I keep getting him. I keep getting him mixed up with the kid who was in Deepwater Black. which got called Mission Genesis here in America.
Uh,
And I think they are related. That's probably why I'm getting mixed up.
hey, Gorilla, how you doing? Gorilla Censored Dot.
Hmm.
That's right, Kronos. There's only one Crow movie, and it starred Brandon Lee.
Yeah, it's just like the worst game of telephone ever, this movie. Because every time somebody brings up what happened, they make it a little bit worse. I'm looking into James Wolvett's filmography, plays the Schofield Kid, and here's a bit of irony. He showed up in 2 episodes of the Crow Stairway to Heaven TV series. Um, he was also in the Joan of Arc miniseries that ran on CBS with Lily Sobieski, where he plays the Duke of Burgundy. He also showed up in Dead Presidents, Rosewood, The Guilty with Bill Pullman. Uh, he's also in, and he's in a Vietnam film called Under Heavy Fire with Casper Van Dien. And the last credit I see for him here is a movie called Winged Creatures that came out in 2008.
Oh, so it's kind of amazing. She wouldn't have done this film, she wouldn't have gotten to be in The Crow. Maybe something to think about.
Probably, yeah.
Uh, she makes an expression on her face that if she makes the same expression from this movie, she makes it also in The Crow.
Mm. If I feel sorry for anybody in this movie, it's really this guy because he's the one who's trying to do the right thing here.
And he was the one trying to pull his partner off the gal in the first place.
Yeah.
Nice picture there, Curtis.
Mhm.
I like that one.
He's not very good at pigging. No.
Damn it, I'm out. I stuck.
Hmm.
I'm out of practice. I can't hit shit. I think so. I think you might be onto something. He's also tends to be a better shot when he's drunk. Apparently. Oh shit! Did I just give a spoiler away?
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute! This film came out in what,
Well,
91?
yes, throughout this movie, there are a lot of references to alcoholism and violence kind of mixing. The cowboy's drunk at the beginning of the movie, so he does what he does. It is often said of money that he was drunk through a lot of what he did. Um, the same is said about Little Bill, um, yeah, and also English Bob. So there is this correlation between alcohol and violence throughout the film.
I think there's something wrong with your horse.
Yeah. My horse is broken and it won't go.
No, no, no. You're just pressing the wrong buttons. I think you got one of them there ornery horses. Huh? Unheard of. Boy, if a parent does this nowadays, they're they're be calling the CPS and then they be hauling the
Yeah.
kids away. Really change of the times, huh? Wow, that's $1 a hump.
Didn't get an accurate count on that.
Yeah, there are a lot of young, youthful looking ladies
Yeah.
in skinnies.
A couple of them
Is
a little too young. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm not a good carpenter, but if you say anything about it, I'll shoot you in your damn face.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh, some lawman said, "Well, shit, if Jesus could do it, I can do it too."
Yeah, give him the pimp hand. It's what he is, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, he was, Kronos. Yeah.
I like Gene Hackman as Lex
Yeah.
Luthor. Every time I hear the name, I think Lex Luthor, and I picture Gene Hackman's face because that was my Lex Luthor growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
We call we call that a decade plus one. Well, Claudia ain't alive. She's dead. And damn it, times are tough. Need some money.
Mm.
Gorilla, you're a hoot, man.
Hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. You still get listening. I'm sorry. Um. Well, when we do, shall we say, more adult-oriented films like this one, I tend to be a little. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl.
Yes, that is Morgan
Yes, Morgan
Freeman.
Freeman. Hmm.
I like Ned's woman. She's like giving him the dirty eye. You damn, you's a damn fool, Ned.
Yeah, she. It's almost like she somehow knows what's coming. You know.
Yeah, I also like how the film. They're in Wyoming, right? Supposedly, and how
Yeah.
vast where they chose these filming locations. It really like it's in 1880. You know.
Your baby did explode into me. Jesus. Oh boy. I gotta censor myself sometimes.
Well, we got beans and more beans and plenty of it. Uh, just you and your caster pointed in that direction. I think you all had too many already. The campfire scenes from Blazing Saddles.
No, you couldn't remake Blazing Saddles again. I was about ready to say you really couldn't remake this, but they actually did. There is a Japanese remake of this movie. I haven't seen it though, so I can't speak to it, but I understand it's very good.
Our timestamps 31:47.
Bless you. Oh, by the way, in the middle of everything, the president's dead. No big deal. Wow. No, no, no. You are not in the substance. That was Dennis Quaid. I haven't seen that yet.
Origin Picture says this film is filmed and clipped together extremely well.
Hmm.
The story control and flow is very engaging. Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. Well, it's 1880, so that was Garfield. Yeah. This guy was on that Cold Case series. They put a lot of weight on between the two, though. And another kind of indirect Crow reference in this movie, you have John Piper Ferguson here, the guy with the shotgun, and he was top dollar in the TV series version. He's been in a lot of other, does a lot of TV. That's my favorite line in the movie, by the way.
I want to know how he got the nickname Little Bill. This is This film's the Battle of the Bills. You got Little Bill against William Money
Mm-hmm.
in Missouri.
He ain't no carpenter. He ain't got a right angle on that whole goddamn porch. Clyde's probably my favorite character in the movie. I think. There are problem officers? Mm-hmm. And his accent slips. So he's a fake. Everybody in Nebraska just went, fuck off. Would a gunfighter pee himself? No. Mm. This Harry Potter movie is weird. Independence Day.
You just use your hand.
Retreat!
Yeah, fell off your horse. Oh, that's right. Somebody shit him that something. Don't know what, but they're shooting at something. Hail, Sean King. He's shooting everywhere.
Whoops.
Wow, that's information we really didn't really want to know. Thanks. Sounds like a bar joke or a dad
Hmm.
joke.
Yeah. Yeah, don't meet your heroes, pal.
Mhm.
I don't recall that, Senator. Yeah, you see, I don't really you like to touch the firearm. See, Yeah. You pulled the pin out the grenade, son. Now you got to deal with the consequences. And of course, I do kind of get the idea that this character was meant to be younger than the actor they got to play him. Just question. Balls the size of Detroit. Well, here it is. Language, Will, language.
Yeah, watch him call for metaphor. Mhm. Mhm. Ah, phone call.
Yes, that's nice. Thank you for stopping by.
You're a lousy carpenter, sir. What you say? I should hang myself for being a lousy carpenter?
Go again. All right, take care, gorilla.
Later, Gerda. Thanks for hanging out for a while.
Check mine. Hey, you probably suspicious or nothing. Somebody tell a joke. Yeah, too late now. Will's not doing very well right now.
Was contemplating. Maybe I would have been better off dealing with the sick piggies.
Hmm. In case anybody wasn't convinced of how crazy Bill is. Next time they see him, he ain't going to be crawling out of that saloon.
I swear they were playing hide the salami. Tension is powerful. Words and pictures.
And hello to Space Fraggle.
Hey, Space Fraggle.
Cosme link is at the top of the chat. We are 1 hour, 23 minutes, 45 seconds into the movie. Miss Fitzgerald, good morning. Yeah. Hostesses you're going to get. Nope. Damn it. Hmm.
Oh yeah, he's gonna die.
Yeah, it's just going to be all drawn out like. Hey, asshole, he didn't.
It wasn't me. It was my buddy. He was so drunk. Boy, there's a lot of skinny name nicknames in this movie. Skinny and Slim. Hey, water boy, bring me water.
And Slim is Lachlan Monroe, and he's been in a lot of movies and TV since this. And Davies Rob Campbell, and he was in Crucible. Yeah, here, take the murder weapon.
Yeah, he kind of forgot about that small little detail, didn't he? But then again, in 1880, forensics aren't what they are like they are today.
No. Hmm. Yeah, that's about right. Mm. Mm. Yeah, beginning to realize the mess you started, huh? Yeah. Mm, mm. Hello.
No, no,
Toodles.
no.
Oh yeah, you got him. Dude, I'm not Pegasus, all right? All right, what are you shooting at? Stormtrooper aim enabled.
Pretty much, yeah. I thought they were faster back then.
was God was ever going to have. Oh God, coming kid. Bless you.
What you say?
For the three of us.
I sat on him in front of Grillies. Well, goddamn. Now I'm super pissed. No, sir.
Ariel agrees.
Yeah. No, no, no. You can't get on there.
Okay. Oh, Tim. Little Bill done woke
Yeah.
up the devil. Yes, he did. Takes a demon to take a demon.
Yeah, that's my little cat Ariel talking and squawking.
Well, that was in the scene. It's not in the film. But no big deal.
You're about the only friend I have left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get him good. This is what happens to assassins around here,
Hmm.
says Skinny and Little Bill.
No, owns the shithole. Speak up. He should have armed himself. With my friend.
Looks like Little Bill still got some life in him.
Mm. Get into that.
Pick up that right.
Such
letters and such.
books.
I'm only mostly dead.
Huh?
Then again, I've always been lucky enough.
Yeah. No book here, pal. Move along.
You killed my friend. Well, you sucked at building your house. You gonna think about that now.
See in hell, William Money. Yeah.
I'm gonna make your head go splat.
Goodbye, Clyde.
Ooh, damn.
Me? Him gonna kill his wife. All his friends. Burn his goddamn house down.
I just gonna kill your whole family.
Yeah.
If I hear one fart, I'm gonna kill your whole family. Bury Ned. Give him a good burial too. Howdy, Dad, man, walking.
I'm not gonna kill your last one, you sons of bitches. Yeah, and she would have left with him too. Well, I tell you one thing, Beauchamp ain't gonna get that wrong. I think he's gonna remember this. And of course, the final crawl.
Frost Fair and dry goods.
And why'd she marry him? Because she saw the good side in him. And he went straight for 10 years. All right. So it was Unforgiven, 1992. Yep. Shall I consult the scrolls?
You may consult the scrolls.
And of course, by scrolls, I mean IMDb Pro. All right. Unforgiven was released in theaters August 7th, 1992 at an estimated budget of $14 million, going on to gross $159 million worldwide. Went on to win 4 Oscars, including Best Picture, Director, Supporting Actor for Gene Hackman, and Film Editing. Was filmed in Brooks, Calgary, High River, Drumheller, and Longview, all in Alberta, Canada, and the Red Hills Ranch in Sonora, California. The script floated around Hollywood for almost 20 years. Gene Hackman read and rejected it, only to be later convinced by Clint Eastwood, who had owned the rights for some time, to play a role. This is the third Western to win the Best Picture Oscar. The other 2 were Dances with Wolves and Cimarron. And there was a 60-year gap between Dances with Wolves and Cimarron. The final screen credit reads, dedicated to Sergio and Don, referring to Clint Eastwood's mentors Sergio Leone and Don Siegel. Although the score was arranged by Lenny Niehaus, the main theme was written by Clint Eastwood. Richard Harris was watching High Plains Drifter on television when Clint Eastwood phoned him to offer him the part of English Bob. Clint Eastwood's mother, Ruth Wood, toiled through an uncomfortable day wearing a heavy dress as an extra, filming a scene where she boards a train. However, the scene was eventually cut, with her son apologizing that the movie was too long and something had to go. All was forgiven when he brought her to the Academy Awards and thanked her prominently in his acceptance speech. Shot in 39 days, coming in 4 days ahead of schedule, the town had to be built very quickly with a relatively short run-up time, 2 months, to the start of filming. The stunt coordinator used the construction period to work on the actors' writing skills and stunt choreography. The train sequences were filmed in Sonora, California, as there was an operational 19th century standard gauge railway track in the area. Frances Fisher, who played Strawberry Alice, said that David Webb Peoples' original script was one of the most perfect she'd ever seen, and it almost read like a novel. She illustrated this with the fact that while most scripts are full of later revisions, marked by red ink in the margins, this one had hardly any. One of the few changes that Clint Eastwood made to People's script was to remove the opening voiceover and replace it with text. Shot in Calgary, Canada, which was experiencing unusually dry weather, most of the rain was created on site. The snow that falls when William Money is recovering from his beating was unexpected and unscripted. To maintain the authentic atmosphere, no motor vehicles were allowed on the Big Whiskey set. Production designer Henry Bumstead took only 32 days to have the Big Whiskey set constructed, the fastest in his lengthy career. It took Clint Eastwood several years to actually get around to reading the script, as the scriptwriter had initially told him it wasn't very good. Clint Eastwood and asked Gene Hackman to model Little Bill Daggett on then Los Angeles Police Chief Daryl Gates. Writer David Webb Peoples credits Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver and Glendon Swartho's novel The Shootist as two of the major shaping influences of his screenplay. Producer-director Clint Eastwood and screenwriter David Webb Peoples said didn't set out to make an anti-violence movie. Eastwood said he was interested in deconstructing the myth of the Old West with its clear distinction between heroes and villains, and wanted to show an inglorious depiction of death. Clint Eastwood said at the time that this would be the last movie that he would both act and direct. He has since been an actor and director in several other films. The boots Clint Eastwood wore are the same ones he wore in Rawhide. These boots are now part of Eastwood's private collection. In 2005, they were loaned to the Sergio Leone exhibit at the Gene Autry Museum of Western Heritage in Los Angeles, California. The boots basically bookended Eastwood's career in Westerns. The rifle Deputy Andy Russell carries to arrest English Bob is a Winchester 66 Yellow Boy with the forestock removed to resemble a first model Henry. Deputy Clyde's line about why a one-armed man needed to carry 3 pistols, "I don't want to get killed from the lack of being able to shoot back," is sometimes attributed to James Butler Wild Bill Hickok. He usually carried 2 pistols around his waist, another in his shoulder holster, sometimes another stuck in the back of his belt, and usually had at least one Derringer hidden somewhere. While working as a lawman, he usually carried a sawed-off shotgun as well. Hickok also laughed at Ned Buntline's report about his killing 20 men with 20 shots, saying that his theory was start shooting and keep shooting until the man you're shooting at is dead. According to Clint Eastwood in the 2000 interview, Gene Hackman was very concerned about how they were going to show the violence in the movie, concerned about rising gun violence in American cities. Eastwood assured Hackman this movie would not glorify gun violence. In 2007, the AFI ranked this 68th in its list of greatest movies of all time, and ranked number 4 on AFI's list of the 10 greatest films in the Western genre in June of 2008. The windmill that appears in the backdrop through much of the movie was a real operating windmill rather than a set piece, and to this day, pumps water to the Dow Wetlands Preserve in Antioch, California, where it was sent after shooting. Actor-director Bill Duke, of course, you guys might remember him as Mac from Predator. He says this is his favorite movie of all time. This movie laid to rest Clint Eastwood's long-standing statement why he would never win an Oscar. Eastwood reckoned he would never be into running because, quote, "First, I'm not Jewish. Secondly, I make too much money. Thirdly, and most importantly, because I don't give a fuck." Since his double Oscar win for this movie, Eastwood has gone on to win 2 more Oscars, as well as an Irving Thalberg Memorial Award, and has been nominated an additional 6 times. Unforgiven is included in the 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die, edited by Steven Snyder. Morgan Freeman learned about this movie from Kevin Costner while filming Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Freeman approached Clint Eastwood and got the role of Ned Logan. Jeremy Irons was considered for the role of English Bob. The concept for this movie dated to 1976 when it was developed under the titles The Cut Whore Killings and The William Money Killings. By Clint Eastwood's own recollection, he was given the script in the early 80s, although he did not immediately pursue it because, according to him, quote, "I thought I should do some other things first." He said that he later said he waited purposefully until he had the right age and was in the right place in his career. Biographer Patrick McGilligan specifies that it was presented to him in the spring of 1984 by Megan Rose, a story analyst at Warner Brothers, who Eastwood happened to be sleeping with at the time. Clint got around, folks. Okay, moving on. In the early 1980s, him and the Hamina and Ixmik. Now, am I clear on that? Moving on. In the early 1980s, Francis Ford Coppola got the script and met with John Malkovich to offer him the role of William Money. Malkovich recalled, "The offer was not very serious, thank God. I say that for myself and the poor public, and for Clint, absolutely. I would have been a total failure. Total. Who would have wanted to see that? I wouldn't. I would have been acting, schmacting, and there are some things there are some things that you can only have with the kind of mythic figure which Clint is." Malkovich worked with Clint Eastwood on In the Line of Fire and Changeling. At around 17 minutes, the earlier scene when William Money practices firing guns is reminiscent of Josie Wales firing before the credits of The Outlaw Josie Wales. This movie and High Plains Drifter open and close with the same location, camera angle, and time of day. Unforgiven is included on Roger Ebert's Great Movies list. The railroad used to film the train sequence was also used for Pale Rider. The character Corky Corcoran is the name of a cameraman who was filming a promotional spot for another Clint Eastwood movie. During a break in the interview, Clint Eastwood asked what the cameraman's name was. And when told it was Corky Corcoran, Clint did not believe him. His given name is John, but he went by Corky his whole life. Clint said that was a hell of a name. Included among the AFI's 1998 list of the top 100 greatest American movies. The screenplay was written by David Webb Peoples, who debuted with the screenplay of Blade Runner. Peoples had already written and sold the script for this movie sometime in the 1970s, but it took around 20 years before the movie got made. It was initially optioned as a project for Francis Ford Coppola and John Malkovich, but this fell through. It was subsequently bought by Clint Eastwood, but then for many years passed without anything happening. Eastwood saving it for the right moment of his life. It was actually at a party that David and his wife, Janet Peoples, happened to meet Eastwood, and Janet boldly asked him if he was ever going to make this movie. Eastwood answered that he was just about to announce that. The music for the trailer, which appeared in theaters and on some of the DVDs, was composed by Randy J. Shams and Tim Statham in 1992. The main theme song, Claudia's Theme, was composed by Clint Eastwood. In 2004, this film was added to the U.S. National Film Registry of the Library of Congress as being deemed culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. Will's difficulty in mounting the horse was achieved by his holding the left rein close in, which makes the horse turn to the left. Included among AFI's 2001 list of 400 movies nominated for the top 100 most heart-pounding American movies. And this was the final film of Anthony James, who played Skinny. Saul Rubinek, who played Beauchamp, and Anna Thompson, who played Delilah, both appeared in True Romance. At the time of the Academy Awards, Frances Fisher was 4 months pregnant and under strict orders not to tell anyone, even her closest friends. I don't want that kind of thing taking attention from my Oscar race, Clint Eastwood said to her. When Eastwood's name was announced as the winner for Best Director, Fisher tried to hug him, but he quickly pulled away and walked on stage. In his acceptance speech, he thanked Fisher only in a professional context, along with many other members of the cast and crew, acknowledging no personal attachment to her whatsoever. Fisher finally announced her pregnancy 2 months before giving birth, and media outlets prefaced with according to and reportedly, etc., because Clinton's representatives declined comment. The birth of Francesca Eastwood on August 7th, 1993 was kept secret for 2 weeks until her birth certificate was filed and somebody at the registrar's office alerted the press. When news of Francesca's birth finally hit the papers, she was misreported everywhere as being the 3rd child for Clint, when she is actually, in fact, his 7th child. Between 1996 and 2018, 4 additional illegitimate Eastwood offspring suddenly surfaced as adults, and the people who know Clint best suspect there are other families in his closet. Whew! How do you keep track of them all? Jeez. Clint Eastwood and Gene Hackman later starred in Absolute Power, also directed by Clint Eastwood. The writer David Webb Peoples based the story partially on a Western that impressed him greatly. This book was made into a movie, The Shootist, which was the last film ever made by John Wayne. Like Eastwood's character in this film, Wayne's character is an aging former gunfighter who finds himself facing extreme odds, leading to a dark end. As with the pulp writer in this film, there's a younger character who is fascinated with the lethal reputation of the protagonist and who serves as a witness to his last hurrah. The film makes multiple references to the vicious nature of the killings committed by Money in his younger years. This nature is not seen in the man that he eventually became. At one point, he reminisces with Ned about the drover who he killed years before. This is reminiscent of the wanton and soulless viciousness seen in Gavin O'Hurley's performance as Dan Suggs in his murderous hatred of sodbusters and Lonesome Dove. This was James Woolvet's feature film debut, as we mentioned earlier on in the film. Second film Morgan Freeman was in that won an Oscar for Best Picture, the first being Driving Miss Daisy, and the third one being $1 Million Baby, also directed by and starring Clint Eastwood. The film cast includes 3 Oscar winners, Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, and Morgan Freeman, and 1 Oscar nominee in Richard Harris. William Money's wife was born in 1849 and died in 1878 at the age of 29, according to her grave marker shown in the film. The scenes with Little Bill kicking English Bob around on the floor were in fact real. Richard Harris wore padding under his clothes, as did Clint Eastwood, for the fights, as faking someone being kicked around would be impossible. Clint Eastwood is listed in the credits as Bill Money, although his character is always referred to as Will or William and never Bill. Credits for the characters of Silky and Faith are reversed, as Faith was played by Beverly Elliott and Silky was played by Lisa Ripa Martell. Morgan Freeman and Saul Rubinek both acted in The Bonfire of the Vanities, 1990. Morgan Freeman and Gene Hackman would collaborate again in Under Suspicion in 2000. When Jack Nicholson heard that Saul Rubinek was auditioning for the movie, he advised him to make an extra effort in his tape. So Rubinek not only played the audition scene, but a few more, and spent the time and money making the tape looking professional. When Eastwood cast him, Rubinek asked him why, to which the director said that his audition tape stood out. Not known for praising fellow actors, Richard Harris stated that he enjoyed working with Gene Hackman. Likewise, he enjoyed working with Clint Eastwood as a director. Both Morgan Freeman and Gene Hackman have played God. Freeman played God in Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty. 2003 and 7, respectively. And Hackman played the voice of God in Two of a Kind in 1983. According to the original screenplay, the Schofield kid drowned himself out of guilt. There's an outtake of the scene where William Money kills little Bill Daggett. On set, Clint Eastwood fires the gun at the prone Gene Hackman. Someone off camera screams, and Eastwood smiles at Hackman, saying, "Take that." This was screened when Clint Eastwood was a guest on the Oprah Winfrey Show in order to promote the bridges of Madison County. When English Bob departs, cursing at the town, he speaks with a rough, lower-class Cockney accent, confirming that Bob's refined upper-crust persona was fake. In a 1992 interview, Richard Harris revealed, "I read the script and I said to Clint Eastwood, it would be great if I could play this man as a very sort of upper-class fake, and at the end of the picture, when he gets the hell beaten out of him, maybe all of that drops, and you see that all he's really got behind himself is he's sort of a lowlife." To which Clint said, "Yes, great, go for it." All right. In the scene where Money kills the sheriff and his deputies and then says, "Any men don't want to get killed, better clear out the back," there's a man who survives. He's a short man in a bowler hat. He slowly walks out with a funny walk, bobbing up and down, and goes out. The same character, and perhaps even the same actor, can be seen at the end of Pale Rider, where Clint Eastwood's character, the preacher, kills LaHood's men. He asks, "Are you through?" right before killing the men, and one of them, also a short man in a bowler hat, quietly walks exactly the same walk, bobbing up and down, gets out, and survives. The Schofield kid has named himself after his Schofield model gun and brags about having killed 5 men with it, which turns out to be a lie. However, his pistol does indeed kill 5 men after all. The kid kills the cowboy himself, and Money shoots the 4 deputies with it. Money also kills Little Bill and Skinny with Ned Spencer rifle and not the Schofield pistol. The final shootout between Money and the town's lawmen goes exactly like how Little Bill describes gunfighting to W.W. Beauchamp. Little Bill and his deputies fire half a dozen shots, but they all hurry or panic and miss. Money, on the other hand, keeps his cool and hits with every shot he takes. All right. And that is all of the trivia on IMDb Pro for Unforgiven. The scrolls are closed.
Hello, I'm back because I had to. Somebody was delivering a chair to the house, and they were coming in while we were live, so I had to go on mute. And they were trying to get it through the hallway and get it through the bedroom door.
No
and
worries. No worries.
This chair will work for a while. It's only going to be a temporary chair, I think. Anyway, I got a trailer that I wanted to play in the Cosby Room if anybody wants. It's called the Ticket with Peter Dinklage. It looks like it's a western.
It is. I have seen this film. Yes.
Oh, you have?
I have actually. Yeah.
Did you like it? Did you like it? Because I didn't know nothing about it.
It's an interesting movie.
Well,
it's yeah. Go ahead and play the trailer. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that way we won't get in trouble.
Yeah, we won't get. We won't have to cut it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is a Tubi original. So I guess this would be probably on Tubi then. This is got some great scenery there.
Hmm.
They filmed it in winter. Wow, Juliet Lewis looking old. They
Yeah,
certainly
it's
made her look ugly for that movie.
they do. Juliet Lewis plays a character who is referred to as Cutthroat Bill. I'm not making that up. That's what they call her in the movie. And she kind of almost is. It's almost like they wrote a male character, but then decided fuck it and let's cast a woman, but not change anything else.
Uh-huh.
And it kind of works actually.
Yeah.
She is creepy as hell in this movie. It kind of
Oh.
and because and they're not calling her cutthroat as a joke. They call her cutthroat because her throat has been cut. So she has like this big scar. She kind of talks like this in the whole movie. She kind of sounds like Woody Harrelson, you know. you know, um, it's almost like they want it. It's almost like they wrote it for Woody Harrelson and then just put her in it. you know, um, it's an interesting movie. It's got a good cast. Peter Dinklage, like you said, he's the lead guy. He's the bounty hunter who gets hired to rescue the girl that has been kidnapped by Bill and her gang. The guy who's his sidekick, he's been in a bunch of stuff. Ethan Hawke's son's in it. Leslie Grace from In the Heights. It's an interesting cast, interesting movie. I certainly think it's worth a look. I didn't feel like I didn't feel like I wasted any time watching it. So it might be one to do in the future.
Yeah. All right. I think we could probably maybe do one next week on the 29th
Hmm.
and the 29th of December. Hmm. Actually, um, to be continued because I don't know. There might be something coming up.
Well,
I
you
yeah,
well you probably have football. And
yeah.
here is an interesting thing. This is actually kind of a funny story. Um, I will be attending a Christmas party
Oh, okay.
on the 29th.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Then football it is next week.
Here's
Because
how.
as much as my heart really wants to show you guys like another great Western
Yeah,
before the year's out, it doesn't look like this is
we
this
might
will probably this
we
is the last hurrah for this
we
year.
might have to
Because I was thinking
yeah.
Tombstone, but since you said that, all
Hmm.
right. Yeah, no worries. That will be fine. We'll just come back in the new year and get right back into the westerns
Hmm.
when we're both more available and more of our schedules have opened up.
Right.
All
Right.
right,
So
I'll probably gonna be doing Sunday night football tonight, later on tonight, and then Monday night football with the Green Bay Packers.
mhm.
We got a lot of got a lot of games coming down the pipe this week, so It's gonna be fun and wild. Anyway, that's about all I really got coming up right now, and I'll say my parting words. Thank you all for being here, Space Fraggle, Connie Carey, FKHU 2005, Dad Man Walking, Words and Pickers, our brother and friend from across the pond, Connie Channel member Connie Clary, our good buddy Space Fraggle, and Gorilla Censored Thoughts, the tired midnight blogger Curtis Shelby, Kronos while he was here,
Mm-hmm.
Lady V, Austin is always a pleasure. I don't know if Lady Miss showed up, but if we see or hear from you, Lady Miss, hello. But thank you all for coming. Uh, have a great, safe holiday season. Enjoy your family and friends, and be excellent to one another. Party on. And we can't wait to see you for more Westerns in the brand new year, 2025.
Indeed.
All right. Deleted scenes.
All right. I do want to address something that was brought up in the chat here very quickly. Yes, it has been confirmed. Unfortunately, veteran character actor Art Evans did pass away this weekend. We saw him just recently on Action Theater and Die Hard 2. He was 82. There were no cause of death listed as of yet. He was in 120 films altogether, and since starting his acting career in 1965. So, condolences to the family of Art Evans. He was one of the greats. He was one of those guys who was always there ever since I was a little kid. So he's going to be missed. And of course, once again, I would like to thank everyone who joined us here for the show, my 100th episode, and here's to 100 more. The God's willing, and from HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe. Because this is how we win.
Outstanding.